Hello everybody, welcome to another video about the Lord of the Rings LCG. I am Ryan, joined by Joseph. How you doing, Joseph?
Good. Excited for our new project here.
Yeah, we're finally getting around to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to play through the Lord of the Rings Saga campaign from start to end, right? Which is 20 quests, I believe.
6 times 3 plus 2 print and demands, and hopefully one more print and demand at least before we're done.
So
Maybe
it could
21.
be 21, yeah. And what we're going to do in this campaign is we're going to play each scenario on normal and nightmare mode, just to give you an idea of what we're going to do. We're going to do them in separate videos. The normal mode campaign is going to be the sort of definitive one, right, where we take boons and burdens and we take them forward.
Right.
And then when we do the nightmare one, we're just going to try to see if we can do the quest on nightmare mode with the same decks that we used in normal mode, really. It's kind of an experiment. Because the other thing we're going to try to do in this campaign is try to make it as thematic as possible.
Right.
So what we mean by that is we're going to try to use heroes and characters who are around at the time of the events, and hopefully we're present in the sort of scenario that we're taking on, the quest that we're doing. Right. Which is possible for the most part, but is difficult in places.
Right, just the nature of the story. There's some places like Frodo at Mount Doom. There was only him and Frodo and Sam, but we got to stretch it a little bit, but we're going to do the best we can.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully what we'll do is we'll use characters who could have reasonably been nearby. For example, say when the hobbits are in the marshes, we might try to use Sylvan allies, for example. Or when they are at the crossroads, Journey to the Crossroads, we might use Gondor allies.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Just because you need to play some cards. And there's
only, you need cards for a card game.
You need cards and you need heroes, and so it can be tricky to find heroes for certain parts of the book. But what we can do in those cases is try to do things like use FFG created heroes as well, as representative of sort of races who could have been nearby. And also heroes who are in other parts of the book but might have sort of stayed with the hobbits in their memory. So people like Galadriel, who I've got here, and Elrond, Gandalf, those types of characters.
Right.
So hopefully it will work, and we will be seeing what happens as we go through and try to beat each scenario with sort of thematic heroes. The only thing we're going to do is try to make that work is we're going to break a small rule in campaign mode, which is you're not supposed to switch heroes freely, are you, between quests?
Right, there's several different points, quite a few in fact, but there's some spots where you aren't supposed to, or you take a threat penalty for switching heroes, and we're going to sometimes not do that, just in an effort to be more thematic.
Yeah, and also as a sort of experiment for ourselves to see if we can actually do the campaign, like each scenario of the campaign, with reasonably thematic heroes. And you had a really good example, I think it was Flame of the West, you said, is tricky to do thematically.
You got 3 quests. You got the Passage of the Grey Company. That would thematically be Aragorn with Legolas and Gimli and the Dunedain. And then you got the Siege of Gondor, which is the same characters. And then I don't think you have a chance to swap heroes before the Battle of Pelennor Fields, but it's really fun to use some Rohan or Gondor characters there. It's thematic, and it's a lot of fun, but you'd have to take threat penalty for doing that, so we'd probably break the rule there.
Yeah, I guess one thing we didn't do is actually calculate what the threat penalty might be for the thematic choices we want to make. It could vary.
Like 10.
Probably it'd certainly be quite a few. For example, there's heroes like Treebeard who we want to use for one scenario, and so that's sort of a 2 threat cost, isn't it? Really,
right? Swap them in and swap them out.
Yeah. So we don't want to do that. So we're going to break that rule, but hopefully people, you guys won't mind that. And if you do, people can play campaigns at home. This is sort of an experimental campaign in a way. And it's all for good fun. And you'll see us get smashed by Nightmare, so we deserve to lose.
And we're taking handicaps along the way, like you see Fatty here.
Yeah.
It's not like we're just trying to cheat to win. But
yeah, so why don't we talk about the decks then and the choices we've made before we get into the scenario? Because we're doing Shadow of the Past, which is the first quest of the campaign. So what have you got over there, Joseph?
I got the classic Hobbit lineup: Sam, Merry, Pippin. Sam is multi-purpose. He's really good at the hide test. Merry is my Nazgul killer once he gets his daggers, and Pippin is support, keeps his Nazgul up there and draws you cards. When I first player with Frodo, I get that big old boost off of Frodo's intuition, where I can draw 4 cards. This is a deck that you've been working on, kind of based off your fast-moving Hobbits deck, which is used by a lot of people. It is a little more thematic than the optimal one, like it has no sneak attack Gandalf, because Gandalf is delayed, right?
Yeah, it used to have sneak attack Gandalf, but then we gradually removed it.
Right. So it has a lot of Hobbit allies, and it has Rosie, 1 copy of Rosie, Farmer Maggot, which they meet along the way, some generic Hobbits. So yeah, it's pretty much all Hobbits. We have 1 copy of Butterbur as well.
See if I'm just scrolling
Pretty
through the
pure
deck.
Hobbit fun.
Oh, he's in your hand. That's why I can't see him.
Yeah.
I was looking for him in the deck. Yeah.
Aaron Drider would be the outlier, but he's just a utility card.
Yeah, it's just to move resources around, really. It's really useful when you're playing Trisphere and Leadership to run that guy. In fact, I think I do pretty much every single Leadership Trisphere deck. Certainly if I'm going to play multiplayer, because I want to move resources away to other people as well.
If you just imagine he has hairy feet under those boots and shrink him to 70%, he could be a Hobbit, right?
Yeah, that's actually a pony that's bucking there. That pony's bucking up. And that's not a scroll. That's actually the Hobbit equivalent of Uber Eats.
Right.
The other good thing about him...
Breakfast.
Yeah, third pros. The other good thing about him in campaign is you can move resources off of Frodo. Because Frodo, sometimes his resources don't do anything. So it's very useful to be able to pick them away. If you're not running any neutrals, they can't really do much.
Right.
So I guess the other thing to note is you've got a few side quests in that deck.
Yeah, side quests turn out to be really good tech against this quest. One of the harder things in this quest is sometimes you can accidentally quest through to stage 2 right away. As soon as you go to stage 2, you got to make another hide test, get another Black Rider. So you can't just get killed jumping out your front door, which is unpleasant. So the side quests will stop you from getting that 1 progress in the quest card, and it can be kind of seen as Frodo getting ready to head out and making his preparations.
Yeah, we're going to keep watch, scout ahead, double back, gather info, all sorts before we actually go outside the front door. Although I guess we want to go outside Bag End, we just don't want to leave the Shire just yet.
Right.
Don't want to go picking mushrooms. Okay, so you've got the sort of standard Hobbits lineup. I have got what you might say is the least standard Hobbits lineup.
The leftovers.
The leftovers. So what I really wanted to do was run Folko Boffin, Fatty Bolger, and Tom Cotton. But this scenario is all about the hide test and the willpower. So running a 2-1-1 willpower Hobbit deck is tricky, to say the least. We decided to go for a different hero, Galadriel, who obviously was not in the Shire at this point of the book, but has influence over Middle-earth in certain ways. And the other reason I want to use her here is because it's an awesome combo with her and Rosie Cotton.
Hopefully we'll get that off pretty soon here.
Yeah, so there's a balance between theme and actually trying to beat the quest here too. But she's just generally awesome in this scenario because she can use that 4 willpower to do hide tests. She can boost people doing hide tests with Nenya. She can boost Rosie. She can ready up once she gets unexpected courage to keep the threat nice and low, which is what we want to do to avoid Black Riders. So I don't feel guilty about using her at all.
She's looking into her mirror and watching everything happen here.
Yeah, anticipating, helping them leave the Shire. So Folko, just in case anybody doesn't know him, you get -1 starting threat cost for each Hobbit. So I've got 2, so I get -2 threat. So he's effectively 5 threat, which is decent. And you can discard him to reduce your threat by 7, which I probably won't do unless something goes badly wrong here.
It's actually a really bad hero for Saga play.
Yeah, because if you have a hero in your discard pile at the end of the game, they're eliminated from the campaign, essentially, aren't they?
Right.
I don't think we discussed whether or not we want to play by that rule, but I'm happy to do so because I don't intend to discard him, like I said. So
Right.
whatever. And then Fatty is another one who doesn't see much play. He's actually quite good in this quest, though. This is one of the few quests where he's decent, I think.
Right.
Just because the early game in this can be very tricky. So his action is exhaust Fatty Bulger to choose an enemy in the staging area and raise your threat by that enemy's threat until the end of the phase that enemy does not contribute its threat. Limit once per round. So he's almost like the second worst hero, just above Spirit Pippin. But he's good here because you can cancel out the threat of these Black Riders if you need to, or the other enemies in the scenario, just to get that one progress to break even, you know, or whatever you need to do to make sure you don't fail on the quest.
Which is exactly what he did in the story.
So he's very nice here.
Yep.
We've also got the Mr. Underhill boon for this. I guess we talk about that in a second when we do the setup, don't we?
Right.
So are you going to keep your hand?
So my hand is really nice with this fast hitch, Hobbit Cloak to boost up Sam when he needs to defend, and raise the Shire to pull out Rosie, Peace and Thought. So beautiful. But I really, really want a side quest, so I'm going to mulligan and hope I don't regret it.
Okay.
I regret it.
Well, you got some similar cards.
Yeah, I got some of the same ones.
Got that draw, no side quests. So I've got 3 side quests in my deck as well. I quite like my opening hand. It's pretty good. Got Test of Will, which is so useful, and Master of the Forge. I've got lots of attachments in this deck, but maybe I should mulligan for a side quest as well, because it's going to be really tricky if we don't get one.
Yep.
So let me give it a go. No!
Oh dear.
Didn't get one. Well, it'll be
we also have Gandalf's
turn.
delay, so we have to do one less card.
We do. So I'll put the Unexpected Courage on top of my deck then, and shuffle that.
Yeah, I'll put my rightmost card
Okay.
back and shuffle.
Okay.
All right, it's going to be a tough start.
It's going to be a good one.
So what do we need to know about the quest?
So which one do we do first? Set up on the campaign or set up on the quest card?
Campaign, I think.
Okay, so it says set up. Attach Mr. Underhill to the Ring Bearer, and that's that. It's a boon, isn't it? It's an attachment, yeah. So it's a permanent card, which means you start the game with it in play.
Right.
Same as Arkham Horror, isn't it? That keyword. Set up, attach to the Ring Bearer, and action. Add Mr. Underhill to the victory display to choose an enemy engaged with you. Until the end of the round, that enemy cannot attack you. That has saved my behind so many times, that card.
I tend to forget I could use it until I already reset.
And that's your dope moment.
Yep.
Okay, and then we add Gandalf's Delay to the staging area. So Gandalf's Delay is this burden. It says set up, add Gandalf's Delay to the staging area. Each player draws 1 less card in his starting hand. So that's 5 cards, sadly. And then we shuffle Gildor and Glorian, and the ring draws them into the encounter deck. So Gildor is another boon, isn't he? I'm not sure if he's got the boon trait or not, or the piece of card text on there.
It does. Let me pull him out here.
Okay. So he's an ally, and the first player gains control of Gildor and Glorian. So that's when he's revealed from the encounter deck. And forced at the end of the round, discard Gildor and Glorian. The first player may spend 1 fellowship resource to cancel this effect. So he's decent, isn't he? 3-2-3-3.
Yeah, he's good. I like getting him out.
Solid ally. But I don't see him all that often when I play this for some reason. He always passes me by, unfortunately.
Always a shadow card.
Then the ring draws them. That's a very, very nasty card. Surge, when revealed at the end of the phase, each enemy in the staging area engages the first player. If the 1 ring is exhausted, this effect cannot be cancelled. So that's really bad if that comes
games.
out.
Really bad, yeah.
It's terrible if it comes out and they engage me, because I have virtually no combat power in my deck.
Right.
So I'm in big trouble if they engage me. So hopefully we won't see that.
Back into the counter deck.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that done. And then we've got 3 as company, stage 1A. Set up, set Bucklebury Ferry aside out of play. So that's this location over here. I think we'll deal with that one later. I'll just hover over it for now. Add 1 Black Rider to the staging area and make Bag End the active location. Shuffle the encounter deck. So here's the Black Rider. He's 4 threat, 5 attack, 4 defense, and 6 health. That is among the most disgusting enemies that you can start in the staging area. in the
It's
entire
true.
game, I would say. He's a Nazgul, hide 2, cannot have non-Morgul attachments, and forced after engaged player fails a hide test, Black Rider makes an immediate attack. So I guess we didn't talk about the hide tests in this scenario either. What do they involve? Just a sort of reminder.
More willpower. You got to keep willpower ready for those hide tests. When you need to do one, you commit any characters you'd like, add up the willpower, then if it says hide 2, you discard 2 encounter cards off the encounter deck. Then you compare your willpower to the threat of the discarded cards. If you break even or have more willpower, you're successful. You also have an action window there to modify things between when you reveal the cards and when you resolve the test.
So you
And if
can...
you fail it, you're pretty much done. In most cases, the quest cards will say that all the enemies engage you, make an immediate. I'll engage you, and then the Nazguls themselves say they make an immediate attack. So if you fail, every Nazgul in play is going to engage you, attack you, and then attack you again in this combat phase, which is pretty much a game over.
Yeah, pretty much. You have to basically not fail hide tests to beat this.
Right.
It's all about hiding.
If you kill all the Nazgul, it can be okay, but pretty much need to not.
Yeah. And then we've got Bag End as the active location, so it's the Shire trait, which makes sense. Response: after Bag End leaves play, each player draws 1 card for each Hobbit hero he controls. So normally we want to try to bust that as quickly as possible when we're side questing,
Right.
because we draw lots of cards. I draw 2 and you draw 4 if you can manage to do that turn 1.
Or 3 and 3, yeah.
I feel like we
Later.
might not want to though. We need to stay indoors until we
Be real careful.
we form our plans. Okay, so that's that, and then that's the end of the quest card. So let me read that flavor text as well, since we're doing this. So, the ring Frodo Baggins inherited from his uncle Bilbo is indeed the One Ring. After conferring with the wizard Gandalf, Frodo decides to leave the Shire and take the ring to Rivendell. Da-da. So 1B, when a player fails a hide test, each Nazgul enemy in the staging area engages that player. Trigger forced effects after resolving this effect. So what happens is they engage you, then they make an immediate attack, basically, isn't it? And you die.
Yep.
Almost every time. The players cannot advance unless Bag End is in the victory display. And the flavor text is, Frodo's friends insist on joining him in his adventure, but danger finds them sooner than anticipated when Black Riders appear in the Shire. Even Folco's coming along.
Until lunchtime.
He'll have to wait until the next quest to get his lunch.
No side quest.
No. Don't despair, you got peace and thought, so you're going to draw a lot of cards and find one, I'm sure.
Right. Peace and thought is good, but also dangerous here because you got to keep those heroes for your hide test. So it's a no-brainer for me to play Build a Pony because he's free. I could put it down a dagger, but I'm really not hoping to attack anything this turn. But I will put down a Dunedain warning just in case I get caught. And that's it for my planning phase.
Okay. So I have a couple of different things I can do. I could play Galadriel's Handmaiden, or I could play Arwen, which would give Sam another defense point for the rest of the game as Sentinel. So I think that's probably the best thing to do.
Right.
It's good to get her out early because she needs to exhaust, and with Galadriel, she won't exhaust the turn she comes into play.
Right.
So it's a bit weird, but I'm going to get her down. So I'll play Arwen, and we'll effectively consider Sam as 3 defense and Sentinel for the rest of the game after this turn.
All right.
And then I've got Protector of Lorien. So a lot of the cards in this, I seem to remember things like the first player makes a hide test. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I give Protector of Lorien to you, it might be more helpful at this point.
Probably smart. I think I have that card in my deck as well. Yeah, I do as well. Give you the next one, I see.
Okay, I think there's 6 copies of it between the 2 decks.
Right. It's quite good in this quest since you can precisely pass hide tests or quest phases.
And that's it. That's all I'm going to do.
All right. Let's see if we can either poke our nose out the door or stay indoors this quest phase.
So I don't really remember what the threat levels are like in this one. but they tend to be sort of, there's a lot of treacheries, aren't there? And there's sort of
Mm-hmm.
the Black Riders who come out for 4, so you need to keep a reasonable amount back. So if I quest for 4 with Arwen and Folco.
Sounds
and
good.
what-
I'll go for. I was gonna go for 5. That's 9. And then you also have Fatty to negate the Black Rider if we need to.
Yeah. I guess if 2 treacheries come out, we would progress, is the only sort of problem there. I wonder if there's a way we could manipulate things so that we don't progress just yet.
I could just send Sam, and then I can throw away cards to protect her. But I like my cards.
I'm not sure.
How about Sam and Bill?
7 against 4. And I can do Fatty, no problem. We've got no way to add people at this point, have we? Need those Hobbit ponies to come out.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
Hobbit ponies won't fit through the green door.
No.
Let's give it a try.
Too low?
No, I think we can handle it.
All right.
Let's try it. Here we go. Okay.
Pathless Country. 6. So that one is +4 quest points while in the staging area. And then Lure of the Ring. Surge. When revealed, the first player must either exhaust the 1 ring or raise his threat by 3. Okay, so you're exhausting the 1 ring. So Black Steed, when revealed. Attached to a Nazgul enemy in play if able, counts as a mount attachment with the text limit 1 per enemy. Attached enemy gets -10 engagement cost and gains force. At the end of the refresh phase, return attached enemy to the staging area. That's only a problem when you get to sort of 25 threat, isn't it?
Right.
The upper 20s,
8. Yeah.
28, 27.
Still not a good thing to see. Our surge training continues.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Hunting for the Ring, Doom 2. This is the bad one, I seem to remember. When revealed, starting with the last player, it's me, each player must either return a Nazgul enemy engaged with him to the staging area or make a hide 2 test. So that's going to be a hide 2 test because we've got no cancel.
Yep, and we're taking the Doom.
Yeah. So I think...
It is our last card, so...
It is, yeah. I'm just wondering if I should... If I fattied on that Black Rider, I'd go up to 27, which is bad. So I probably don't want to do that. So I think I'll go with everybody just to make sure I don't fail this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going for 7 on this hide test.
Only way you could fail is revealing 2 Black Riders, and you're good then.
Nice.
And then I can go in for 6. I'm good as well.
Lovely. Ooh. Knife edge stuff.
Yeah, so I think we had 7 willpower versus 6 in the staging area. So it's nice, comfy 1 progress.
Mm-hmm. Let's do that for the next 2 turns until the side quest shows up.
All right. One of the disadvantages for slow boating at the beginning is you kind of want to get rid of a location every turn if you can afford to, because otherwise they kind of build up and then you're stuck. Can't get to Buckleberry Ferry. But
yeah, we really need that
hopefully it
side
won't be a
quest.
problem.
All right, next turn. So do you want a Peace and Thought, or are you going to wait? I've just seen you drew a fast hitch, so I should have asked you before we refresh, really.
Right. I should go ahead. I need that side quest.
Okay.
It's going to hurt, but... So I should have done this in our fresh phase, but... No side quest.
Some good cards there, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got Frodo and Frodo's Intuition, so I'm going to play that and see if I can draw one. So
Sounds
I'm
good.
going to use it now, if that's okay, to use its resources. I don't think you've got any Fellowship stuff. So each hero you control gets +1 willpower until the end of the round. Draw 1 card for each Hobbit hero you control. So I draw 3. I'm just going to take control of Frodo, okay?
Yep.
Nope.
Ooh.
They're in there somewhere. Okay. I've got a Hobbit pony, though, so that's useful.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we need to do is play some willpower because you exhausted a lot of characters.
Yeah, I got a fast hitch, but that would only go so far.
I think I'm going to play Galadriel's Handmaiden here. And I'll lower... I think I'll lower your threat by 1, because I'm going to start Galadriel and myself later on. So it's better for me to use that on you.
All right, Fatty raises your threat too, so watch out. I'll take it.
Okay. And that's it, except for this Hobbit pony. And I'm going to give that to Frodo, I think.
Sounds good.
The reason being that we can keep him out and then chuck him in, and he's going to switch between us, so we'll get the best
We'll
use out
always
of
be
it.
ready for either hide test or questing.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I'm going to put my fast hitch on Sam. That way he can quest this turn and be ready for a hide test. I'd rather put it on one of these other guys right now so I can quest for more, but I think that's the safest option, really.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and Daron's runes as well. And drop a Raise the Shire. Raise the Shire is, I think, best for Rosie, and I already got her.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to toss one of those. And I could play a dagger, but yeah, might as well. And that's all I can do.
Okay. Do you want to play the Errand Rider? Just
Oh, yeah, smart. Yeah.
Just to, because you want to play that early, so you can start to move some resources around onto Sam, I think, right? Because you get
Yeah,
Rosie
I need to
down
get
next
Rosie
turn.
out ASAP.
Mm. Okay, so I'm first, and we're up against 6. So I'll quest with these 2 at least, and Folco. So that's 6 already. And Galadriel's Handmaiden doesn't exhaust, so she can do a hide test as well if she needs to. And then Frodo can commit to the quest after we reveal cards because of the Hobbit pony. So I guess you're going to go for 9, or 3 rather.
Right, I'll just do 3.
Do you want to put Bill in too? Or are you going to keep him up for hiding?
Well, I have my Protector of Lorien. I can get up to 6 for hides, so I can throw Bill in if you want it.
All right. 10 against 6. With manipulation possible.
No test of will and no side quests.
You're not comfortable, are you? You're worried.
That's too bad. Green Hill Country, that's okay.
Mm-hmm. So whilst the active location character get +1 willpower while committed to hide tests, which is nice.
Very nice.
And Rode Like a Gale. When revealed, return each engaged Nazgul enemy to the staging area. If no enemies were returned to the staging area by this effect, Rode Like a Gale gains Surge. And Green Hill Country. Oh, I just realized I've actually got +1 willpower on Folco here because of my Frodo's Intuition.
Right.
So we're actually 11 against 10. So we make 1. Do we want to go through Bag End and take a gamble on getting a side quest? Because we're going to draw 6 cards
Right.
if we do it.
I think we should.
Okay.
I can drop my Raise the Shire if you want.
Yeah, I could commit Frodo, but that's another 3. And so if we do that,
We would
we'll
progress.
progress. So we don't want to do that.
I mean, honestly, we could because you'd get, but it's better to stay at stage 1.
Okay. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll drop Raise the Shire to raise Sam up to 4, which will give us that last point we need on the Bag End.
Nice. And then we each draw 3 cards because we've each got 3 hobbits.
Right. Come on, side quest.
No!
No.
2, 3. I didn't. Yes, I got one. Double
Hey,
back.
yes, that's a good one too.
I also got Friend of Friends, which I added to this deck the other day because I realized it should be in there. So I'm looking forward to playing that. All right, great. So we're a bit happier now, yeah?
Yes.
You're feeling more comfortable.
Should we go to a beautiful green country?
That is quite beautiful, isn't it? I'm up for going there. It actually looks like England a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit more kind of messy, but certainly the green, the verdant countryside. It reminds me of home. And then we're not going to engage that Black Rider, are we?
Doesn't sound fun to me.
So I will lower my threat and draw a card with Galadriel, if that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
If it will let me. Octagon doesn't want to play ball, so I'm just going to do that. And Unexpected Courage, very good. All right, end of the round. Do you want to use Errand Rider? Okay.
Yep, moved one over to Sam so I can play Rosie.
I have nothing to do, so I'm going to control N.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to take control of Frodo.
Go for it. So I see you drew another piece in thought there. I have drawn
Nice.
Courage Awakened, which is not a card you see very often, but it's very, very good in this quest. Because it lets you get +2 on a hero until the end of the phase, which is amazing with Galadriel when you're hiding and adding willpower to characters. It's just generally useful here as well with the hide tests.
I gotta play Rosie. I wish I had another fast hitch, but don't yet. And I think I'm going to steal Mary's resource one more time.
Okay.
So I can put a Hobbit cloak.
You could steal Frodo's.
No,
You want to let them pile up.
And that way I can play Dagger of Westerness. And then if I have to, I can engage an enemy and start chipping away at it.
So what's Sam's defense now? He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Provided the enemy's got a higher engagement cost than your threat.
Rosie could even put him up to 7. So.
Yeah, so we could potentially poke that Black Rider in the eye this turn.
I do want a Staff of Lebethron at some point to get rid of the shadows, because the shadows are not friendly.
No, they do extra attacks and things. Okay, well, I'm going to suggest we double back.
I agree.
Yeah. And I will play Master of the Forge, because what I want to find is Nenya. So I'm going to trigger him and look at the top 5 cards of my deck, and lo and behold, I have Nenya there, but I also have Friend of Friends, which would be quite nice. I think I'm going to go for Nenya, though, just because that's so powerful. And I will play it on Galadriel. And that's it. I would like to play Unexpected Courage on her as well. Don't have enough money, first of all, but having that resource left over is good because I got Test of Will.
Yes, very good. All right, time to quest.
Yep, sure. So I guess we're up against 8 in there. So I'll go for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as usual.
I got 6 and I can add 4 more.
Okay, so that's 12 against 8. And you can add Frodo as well, right? Plus Rosie. I could Nenya and Galadriel. I could Fatty. That looks pretty good.
We have options.
Yep.
All right, here comes my card. Stockbrook.
Nice. I like this in normal mode because they take all these out in Nightmare, so you don't get to see any of these nice locations. So we've got Stockbrook, 1 threat. Forest Stream, when revealed, immediately travel to Stockbrook. If another location is currently active, return it to the staging area. So that's a little location switch, which puts 2 threat into the staging area. And I haven't seen most of these little unique locations because I've only really played this solo, and so often you don't see them.
Right, you don't get all the flavor solo.
So this is cool. It's nice to see these cards. Okay, have you seen Baggins? I won't do that voice again. Peril's Surge. When revealed, attached to a hero, counts as a condition attachment with the text limit 1 per hero, forced. After a player fails a hide test, discard attached heroes. So with that being Peril, that's my card, isn't it? So the Peril keyword means I have to make the decision by myself. But yeah, this is YouTube. We can discuss. But it's going on Fatty. Not Fatty, sorry. Folko. And because
just another reason not to fail hide tests.
It doesn't really do anything because we try not to fail hide tests. So
if you fail, you're kind of dead anyway. So.
Yeah, pretty much. And an Evil Crow. While it's engaged with a player, that player adds 1 to the hide value for each hide test he makes. I think that crow might be dying this turn.
I am eager to take it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, so that added 2, so we break even.
12-12.
So we definitely want to add some willpower, don't we?
Yeah, I can add 4.
Okay.
And I could discard a card for 5. That way we wouldn't have to use Galadriel, or you can use Galadriel if you want.
I think you don't have many cards, though.
I like my cards, yeah.
Yeah, so I might do the Galadriel this turn. So we'll add 4. Do I want to add that 4 to Rosie?
Ooh, yeah. Go for it.
Okay.
So this is one of the fun pieces of jank. Oh, she's not questing. You can't.
Okay. Do they need to be questing? So the quest action is exhaust Nenya and Galadriel
Oh,
to add her
right.
willpower to another character's willpower until the end of the phase. So what you can do is give Galadriel's willpower to Rosie, and then you can use Rosie's action, exhaust Rosie Cotton to choose a Hobbit hero and an attribute, willpower, attack, or defense. Add Rosie Cotton's willpower to that hero's chosen attribute until the end of the phase. So it effectively gives +6 to Sam. And yeah, that's the jank you can do, is you can quest with Rosie and then ready her.
Right.
So you get a double bonus off Galadriel. You'd get +8,
Right.
essentially.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we'll do +6. So we go 18, yeah? Which puts 1 progress on double back, which is pretty good, actually.
That's just fine. We can
Yeah.
keep it there and use it as a buffer. So that Stockbrook goes to Victor display.
Mm-hmm. And then go back to the beautiful fields of England.
Yep.
And you can murder that crow if you wish.
All right. Crow comes down. He is above my threat. So I'll draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam is boosted. Sam. Oh, did you want to throw down your Curious Brandy Buck? Or are you keeping it for later?
Yeah, okay. I tend to forget that, so thanks for reminding me. But he's got a response. After you travel to a location, put Curious Brandybuck into play from your hand under any player's control. So I'll take him because I'm going to be doing high test next turn, probably, as the first player.
He came out of that round door on the right of the picture there.
Yeah, he did. He's curious about what those seagulls are doing in the background, so he's going to find out until next turn when he runs away.
All right, my crow is attacking for 0. Sam is defending for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
+1, +2 if you failed a high test.
And then Mary will swing in for 7 and pluck every feather off it.
Lovely. That's it?
That's it.
Cool. You going to do Peace and Thought this turn?
I am. So
Alright, so I'll do a Control R.
And so it was hard to decide who. Just do these heroes again. Pay 1 resource, 5 cards.
There you go.
I got
Got
my
your
staff
staff.
of Levithron. Good. And Farmer Maggot. All right. No fast hitch, though. I really want a fast hitch.
I might be able to get one this turn as well.
Okay.
So you got Darren's Runes. I drew Frodo's Intuition. Can't play it, though, because you stole his resource.
I can give you one.
Ooh. Yeah, you could do. Let me dig with Master of the Forge and see what I get a second.
All right.
Plan. Okay, I got another Friend of Friends, so I'm going to grab that, I think. Just because we get some nice boosts off of that. And I'm not sure I really need Frodo's Intuition this turn because I have a lot of stuff to play anyway.
Okay.
So I might go for... I kind of want to play Unexpected Courage and 2 Friend of Friends, but then I won't have a resource left to test a will. So if you could spare one...
Sure, I can give you Mary's.
You sure?
Let me see what I got in my hand. I want to get my Staff of Levithron down. And I guess I give you Pippins, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
You got it.
So I'll give that to Galadriel then. And I'll go 1, 2. And I'll play Friend of Friends on Sam, I think, unless you want it on Merry.
Sam's good, thanks.
Okay. And then I'll play the other one on Frodo. Because that feels thematic to me.
Yeah.
So Frodo gets a nice boost. I won't do his stats, actually, because they'll just change, won't they? And then I'll do Unexpected Courage on Galadriel.
Perfect.
And I think, actually, I'm going to use her on myself this turn, because I'm slightly ahead of threat. Of you and
Yeah,
threat,
that Black Rider would
Yeah.
come down to you if it wasn't for Pippin this turn.
Yeah, I do not want that happening. And I've drawn Darren's Rune, so I'm going to play that and draw 2 and discard 1. And I'm going to discard R1 because I've already got one on the table. And I've got another Frodo's Intuition, so I'm going to be drawing a lot of cards.
Wow.
I'm done.
All right, I'm going to play the Staff of Levithron. And can't really do anything else. I have that Tactics resource for Halfling Determination or Feint. I could play Darren's Runes, I guess. Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Another Feint and a Halfling Bounder. I'm going to discard a Errand Rider.
Yeah, you only really need one of those.
Yeah.
But there's 3 in the deck list because he's really that important to moving those resources around.
Yep. Okay, I think that'll be it for me.
All right. Did I lower my threat when I drew a card? Because
No, you did not.
I was 1 ahead of you, and I'm still the same. There we go. Caught that one. All right, so I'll quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, and I have Frodo available. Although I am hiding, aren't I? So maybe I'll keep...
I can always help you with Rosie if you need it on the hide.
Yeah, okay. So I'll go for 8 then. Okay. I have a cancel too.
I'm going to have to just go for 4.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, with Sam, you just exhaust him to quest and then fast hitch if you need to later. But in this, you don't have an action window before the hide test, so you really have to ready him with the fast hitch before, right as you quest.
Yeah, that's part of the key strategy to this is doing things before the hide tests.
Right.
Like imagining you have to do a hide test every single round.
Pretty much.
So I think you went for 5 because Sam's +1 and you've got Bill.
No, you're right.
Yeah. So we're 13 against 8.
All right. Here's your card.
Alrighty. Piercing Cry. Peril. So I can't talk about this with you. Sorry. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Nazgul enemy. Either add it to the staging area or put it into play and engage with the first player. Shuffle the encounter deck. I am going to add it to the staging area.
All right. We'll take it out of the encounter deck rather than the discard pile because we don't want to see them
And
come out unexpectedly.
So that's added to the staging area, so we do not have to do the hide test, which is another little rules thing people might not realize.
Right.
It's only
kind of like Surge, only when it's revealed.
Yeah, only when revealed. So that puts us on 13 against 12.
Ugh.
Ooh, here they come. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Other thing we could do is use Frodo's resource and get rid of that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that's probably a good idea.
I probably could pass it, but I don't know if we really want 3 up there.
No, we could get bogged down with them. I think you can...
I'm almost to a place where I can kill them, but it's going to be one more turn because Mary just sat there and thought for a turn.
Okay, so should we do that then? So what we're going to do is we're going to spend a Fellowship resource and exhaust the 1 ring to cancel the effects of an encounter card just revealed from the encounter deck. Shuffle it back in and reveal another encounter card. So hopefully it won't be the same one.
Can just screw you.
Yeah.
We got 25 cards in the counter deck. Here we go. Ah, Bamfurlong.
Nice. So 2 threat response. After the players travel to Bamfurlong, each player engaged with a Nazgul enemy may ready a hero he controls. Oh, I should have put one into play with you. Actually, I couldn't. It was me, so I couldn't do that.
All right.
Nice. So that was 2. So we're now 13 against 14. But if I send Frodo in on his pony, then
and I use Rosie.
We get another 3. So 1, 2, 3. So 16 against 14, and then Rosie for another 2. Gives us 4.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Happy?
1 more on double back.
Yep. I'm happy with that. Do we go to Greenhill Country again?
Sure.
Because the effect on Bamfurlong would be a waste, wouldn't it? Because nobody's engaged with Nazgul.
Yeah. Now, this seems silly, but it actually is good. I think I'm going to just engage this Black Rider. Okay. I can totally safely defend it with the Staff of Levithron. I'll get a card out of it. That's basically the only reason to do it. I can engage it, get a card, Sam defends, and then I'll go back to the staging with the Black Steed.
Okay. Before we do it, we should do our brandy bucks. So the location was explored. So mine goes to the bottom of my deck, and you can put yours in if you want to. And
cycling brandy bucks.
Yeah, you can do that because you don't need a resource match to put him into play.
Right.
Do you?
Only spirit card in my deck, but it's just a response totally different than paying for it. Right.
Yeah. They've both come out from going to the Greenhill Country
It's that door.
All right, yeah. So
All right.
I'm totally on board with that plan you just said. Although he'll go back
First
to the
intrusion.
staging area. Is that what you want?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Although I guess I could just keep him. Yeah, he'd be safe. I'll take the other one.
All right.
I guess. So I discard that with the there, and I have a 5 defense, so no damage.
Yeah.
6 defense actually.
And then end of the round.
Yep.
So
and I can attack with a Curious Brandy Book, but no damage.
Shame Tom Cotton's not here because he could have got a +2.
Right. And still did nothing.
I think I used Galadriel on myself, didn't I? Because Unexpected Courage is exhausted, so yeah. Alright, so turn 5, you're the first player. And you've got loads of cards.
I do. This is good. Do you want to pass me Frodo?
Yeah, sure. I've got control of everything except Mr. Underhill. So let me... Where would you like him? Here?
Sure.
The Frodo Tower is coming over. I'm just going to move over a little bit. There we go.
I think I will grab a resource from Mary, put it on Frodo so I can play Frodo's Intuition.
Nice. You're going to draw more cards.
More cards. 4 more cards. Oh, good. Side quest and a fast hitch. Had to happen eventually. So I'd like to put the fast hitch on Mary, but I'm going to put it on Rosie just because it's that good on her. And don't really have many resources. Gonna keep this other 2 resources for options later. We'll just toss out my scout ahead. There's no reason not to. No reason to do it, but we'll do it anyway. That's
okay.
it.
All right. I'll do Master of the Forge, see if I can grab something. I have another fast hitch, which I'll take.
Great.
Do you... I guess you want that on Mary, don't you? So I will take that. I've also got Protector of Lorien there. But I think we're pretty much set for high test at the moment.
Looking good.
So I will give that to Mary.
Thank you.
And I think I don't think I want to do anything else, really. I might play Bilbo just for the theme. Let's get Bilbo down.
Pipe.
Well,
Or do you only have one pipe?
I think I've only got one pipe in the deck.
Okay.
And so I think Bilbo looks like the most likely smoker of that pipe, so I'm going to give it to him.
All right.
There we go. He's going to stop and think for a minute. In fact, he's holding a pipe, so it's definitely thematic.
Yep.
And I might Galadriel on myself, actually, just to see if I get anything else. Okay, copy of Nenya. So I'll play Daryl's Runes to draw 2. Another Nenya. Discard that one. I'm done.
All right.
I should lower my threat by 1 as well. There we go. Oh, I lowered yours. Grr. Okay, what did you go for? Shall we double back this turn? Get rid of it?
Might as well.
Okay.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here.
3, 4,
And I have Galadriel for hiding.
6. I'll go for 10.
Okay, so 18. Up against 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the staging area. And if we go to Bam for long, you can ready a hero too.
That's right. I was thinking of taking 2 Nazgul. We'll see.
Yeah? Maybe we'll get that treachery that gives 1 to you.
Yeah,
well, it looks like you're going to get another engagement out of him anyway, because he's going back to the staging area, right? Oh no, sorry. It's only at the end of the refresh phase. Yep. So that's a surge.
Ooh, this is a bad one.
Alright, crawling towards him. They're crawling towards you, Joseph. What are you going to do? It's Peril, hide 2. When revealed, if you fail to hide test this phase, remove each character you control from the quest. So I believe you do the hide test first, and then you do the when revealed.
Right.
Because otherwise it's a bit of a weird card.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Don't fail, man.
I'm going to be brave here. Sam is currently a 5 because Friend of Friends brings him to a 4. and Frodo's intuition brings him to a 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I have Rosie as a backup, so I can get him to 7 easy. And I get him to 8 if I need to with another card. So I'm going to just hide with Sam. Pwned it.
Nice. And you got +1 off the Green Hill Country too.
Oh, there you go. Sam's hiding for 6 by himself. All right. That was good because I can ready Sam through engaging another Black Rider if I want anyway.
Or by going to Banfurlong as well.
Right.
Pathless Country, so another 2. So we make 8 progress.
Wow.
Nice. And then we lower our threat by 5 from double back. So we're now in secrecy.
Yeah. Okay. I vote we go to a Pathless Country because we don't need the effect on Banfurlong right now.
Yeah, so you're going to engage the other Black Rider as well, are you?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see if it works.
So we cleared the active location, so we need to do the Brandy Buck thing as well.
Right.
So yours goes away,
to the bottom.
but mine comes in. Woohoo! It's the same guy, I'm telling you.
Yeah. It's a revolving door.
Pippin's
so
pocket
I'm
full.
gonna engage this guy, draw a card, ready Sam, and now Sam is at 3, 4, 5, 6 defense.
Mm-hmm.
Only scary part is I can't cancel one of these shadows, so I'm gonna get rid of this one.
Well, you could feint one of them.
No, that's a good call, actually. I'll do that.
Okay. Well, they're both going back to the staging area. I take it you can kill one of them.
I'm hoping to kill both. We'll see.
Okay.
So for Sam defended 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so they're both defended. Mary is at 8 attack. Rosie brings him to 10. And kills 1. Readies. Kills 2.
Wow. And he's 8 because you've got Frodo as well.
Right.
So that makes Mary 4. +4 from the daggers. And then +2 from Rosie. Which is quite disgusting.
Ew.
Don't mess with Mary.
Not anymore.
All right. And
that cleans things up a little, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. I got another Brandy Buck.
Keep them coming.
So I am using Master of the Forge. I got Protector of Lorien or Fast Hitch. I think I'm going to go for the Protector here, because you've got everything you need in terms of hitches at the moment, I think.
Yep, I'm good.
So I'm going to grab that Protector, and I will give that to Galadriel for even more manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's probably me done, unless you could spare a resource so I could use Frodo's intuition. That's the only other thing I would do.
Sure, take one.
Yeah, thank you. So I'll take control of Frodo, drop that one, play that, and draw 3. Nice, I've got a Northern Tracker, which will be very useful for chipping away some of these locations, although we don't want to chip away Banfurlong, do we?
Yeah.
I think I'll leave it there.
All right, looks good.
Whoa, you got
Would you like a fast hitch? Otherwise, I'm going to put it on Sam again, but I can give it to you if you like. Or we could put it on.
I would put it on Sam. Yeah, I would put it on Sam.
And that's, I guess I'll put one more Dunedain warning on Sam, so he's up to a natural 3 with 4 from R1 regularly, and then plus his Hobbit cloak. So he's pretty tough.
Oh yeah, he's stacked.
And he can defend for you, so that's good.
So I'm thinking, if we blow this scout ahead this turn, we could go ahead and move to stage 2.
I agree.
Because I think we're totally set up now.
Looking good.
So yeah, you want to just power through this turn?
Let's do it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from me. And I have Frodo in reserve.
I got 8.
All right.
With Rosie available.
So that's 18 up against 4.
All right, here's your card. You.
Ooh, so the ring draws them. When revealed at the end of the phase, each enemy in the staging area engages the first player. If the one ring is exhausted, this effect cannot be cancelled. So the thing is, right now there are no enemies, so this does nothing.
Right.
But the encounter cards recalculate.
Right.
So if enemies get revealed, they're all going to engage me. So I'm actually going to cancel this.
You sure?
Yep, because if I
Okay.
get engaged by stuff, I'm dead. I know Sam can Sentinel, but I can't kill it.
Right.
So it's quite bad for me, that card.
Right.
So that's a Surge, because there's no Nazgul enemies in play. But that doesn't... Oh, it does Surge, sorry, and this surges as well. So when revealed, the first player must either exhaust the One Ring or raise his threat by 3. I'm going to do the threat raise.
All right.
And that's actually my card, right? The Marish.
Right.
So 1, 2, 3.
And then my card. Doom 2.
Okay, so when revealed, starting with the last player, each player must either return a Nazgul enemy, engage with him to the staging area, or make a hide 2 test. I think we can pass that. Doom 2, though.
Got the threat, and I'm the last player, so I will commit 4, 6, 7.
Okay.
And
7.
I break even, which is a pass.
That's a pass. And there's nothing buffing them, is there? No locations adding threat or anything like that in the staging area? Just hovering over them? Okay. So I will do 4, 5, because no enemies are going to get revealed. 6, 7, 8. Lovely.
Same got rid of a lot of big cards there.
A lot of riders. We snuck past them.
Super sneakers.
So that added 3 threats. So we've got 18 against 7.
11 progress?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Alright, so we can scout ahead. We can look at 6 encounter cards, add 1 to the victory display, and stack the rest of them. That's nice to see Gildor there.
Yeah, I think we know.
The victory display?
No. Can you? I think you can. Yeah, you can. Well, for victory display, any of those treacheries would be nice, but what about the Black Rider? What do you think?
Seems good, doesn't it?
It's tempting. Just to lower the number of them that can come out.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah? Okay.
And then we can stack these. We obviously put Gildor on the top, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that piercing cry, I think we want that to go off. Because...
You do?
Yeah, because then we get an enemy. You can put an enemy into play engage with you and just kill it. Although next turn we will be getting a Black Rider from the encounter deck from the quest card.
Right. But I killed 2 last time.
Yeah, that's true.
I can do it again.
If you're okay to do the hide test and handle those guys, then I'm fine with that as well.
That is a bit of a lot.
Well, I have Elrond's Council. I can give you Galadriel's Willpower, and I have 2 Courage Awakened as well.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah? Okay.
So the weird thing is, these other cards, it doesn't matter what order we put them in, because as soon as we go to stage 2, we're going to have to search the encounter deck and shuffle it. So these don't matter.
Yeah.
So just put them back.
But we will get Gildor, which is awesome.
Right. I'll put Oh, dear. Oh, yeah. So
That's right.
Gildor is going to go on top.
Yeah.
So I draw it, because that second card will mess up the counter.
Yeah, that's right. And I think our willpower was a little bit higher. I think we actually had a bit more because I played a Frodo's Intuition this turn. Right. But it made no difference. Do we want to travel somewhere?
How about Marish?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, no other
I don't think I used Galadriel that turn because I used her for a hide test. So I'm just going to grab an extra card and lower my threat by 1. Alright, so you're first player.
Ooh, gather info. Now I'm tempted to stay another turn.
Why am I not surprised?
Gather information. You got to do it.
I think we should do that at the third stage, just so we don't end up on the quest all night.
That's
So
true.
why don't we do
Good
that?
call.
Because we can go through.
Sounds good.
I think we can smash stage 2, and then you have to
Yeah.
turtle at stage 3 for a while anyway.
Yep. Get rid of it. All right. At this point, stage 2 is weird because it punishes you for having allies out. So I'm reticent to play some of these allies I have in hand.
Half-Fast would be okay, because he adds more than he
he's solid.
costs.
It's
See
true.
what I mean?
So he only costs 1, since you reduce the cost to play him by 1 for each side quest and victor display. So I'll pay 1 for him, and then I can add, after he enters play, add a resource to a hero's pool. I don't need it right now. Do you want it?
How about giving it to Frodo, just because he now needs to pay for Gildor? But I've got Frodo's Intuition in hand. You've probably got a couple more in your deck as well. So it'd be good to. I think we want to keep Gildor, don't we?
Yeah.
Keep him around. Yeah. Okay.
It's great.
All right.
All right. So I'll just put 1 on him. I could put it. Do you want another?
Oh, my
Protector?
Brandy. This guy should leave play. I totally forgot about that. Goes to the bottom of my deck. If you've got nothing else to do with the resource, then sure. I mean,
Okay.
do I have a cancel? I don't. So the other option would be to play the Bounder. That'd be the only other thing.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Although
I'll grab a resource off Mary.
1 second, we know what's coming out this turn though, so we don't actually need the
That's
cancel.
true. Okay.
So maybe you can just hold on to it if you want.
All right, I'm done.
All right. I'll go for. I want to play that Northern Tracker, but again, it adds threat, so I could just hang on to him for a minute. I'll grab this Hobbit Pony out of my deck. And who should I give that to? Maybe Fatty. As dumb as that seems, it's because Fatty always gets left up, so his willpower gets wasted. So we may as well have the option of committing an extra 1 if we want to. And I may not do anything else. Galadriel's Handmaiden could be good. I'm going to lower my threat and draw a card. I'm going to gather information as well. I'm going to put it out because you didn't put yours out. I'm just going to put it there so we can use it later.
Sure.
I don't think I'm going to do anything else. I'll just stick. I can play stuff next turn.
All right, time to quest.
Alrighty. So we know exactly what's coming out, don't we?
Right. We're just getting. What's the second card? Oh yeah, the treachery. So we're getting 0 threat.
Yeah, and it's adding a Black Rider into play with you, I assume, is what I was going to do. Because I assume you wanted that. So I think.
So we need to quest for 9.
Okay, so you've done
5.
5. Wow.
Well, Sam's currently 4. He's going to be 5 by the time I engage that Black Rider.
Okay, so we need.
And I'll
1,
do
2, 3, 4.
fast. If you got 4.
Yeah, I can do that because Folker doesn't do anything else, and Arwen needs to exhaust.
Okay, so that is the 9 we need.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here comes Gildor.
And I'm the first player. And treachery.
So I will get a Nazgul and put it into play, engage with the first player, and hope that's what he wants. I think it is.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So stamp up to 5, giving us our 9. And a draw card.
What'd you get, that Errand Rider? Oh no, I see. Darren's rooms.
All right, we resolved the quest. 9 to 4 is 5 progress. And that 1 progress we feared so long.
Here comes an absolute wall of flavor text, I seem to remember. Yeah, okay. So 2A, a shortcut to mushrooms. As Frodo watched, he saw something dark pass across the lighter space between 2 trees and then halt. It looked like the black shade of a horse led by a smaller black shadow. The black shadow stood close to the point where they had left the path, and it swayed from side to side. Frodo thought he heard the sound of snuffling. The shadow bent to the ground and then began to crawl towards him. The Fellowship of the Ring. That's that encounter card, isn't it? Crawling towards him.
Right.
2B, when revealed, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Black Rider, reveals it, cannot be cancelled, and adds it to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. When a player makes a hide test, add 1 to the total threat for each ally that player controls. And when a player fails a hide test, each Nazgul enemy in the staging area engages that player, trigger forced effects after resolving this effect. So again, they basically engage you and you die, is what would happen. Okay, so you have a hide 2 test plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threat, I think, because Gildor is an ally.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
So max I can reveal is 13, I think. And it's still the quest phase, so Galadriel can still help me if necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Sam is at 5. So I am going to go for 10 right now.
Okay, I'll keep a note of that here.
I know 2 of the encounter cards in these 4 cards in the deck are treacheries with 0 threat. So
didn't they get shuffled though?
They did, but they're still in there. We haven't.
Oh, I see. So the encounter deck's tiny at this point. Right. Ah, I see. It was only 4 cards.
So that's a 7 because of the 5 for my allies versus my 10. So I'm good.
Beautiful. Just Galadriel you anyway.
All right, now we can.
How about we go to Bamfurlong? You get a free ready.
Yep, I was going to ready anyway when the Black Rider came down, but...
Well, Sam gets another... Oh, no, it doesn't actually. It's only when you engage, I see.
Right.
Well, we can save it if you want.
Yeah, I'll save it.
Yeah, okay.
So, Pathless Country. And then Nazgul, I'm going to bring it down because I'm hoping I can kill them both again.
Okay.
Which draws me a card and readies Sam. And now Sam is boosted by 2 to all his stats, so he is pretty stout. I am going to discard this one and defend.
Okay.
And I could feint again, just to be safe. I'm going to do that. Last game I played, I never used my feints at all. Let's see what that shadow would have been. Yep, that would be annoying.
What was that one? Return to the staging area. Yeah, that would be annoying.
So I'll ready up Sam, and then Rosie will give Mary +2, so he's 10 again. And he'll attack both of them in turn and kill them. Send them packing.
Super Saiyan Mary. They just slaughtering Nazgul. Yeah. Okay, well, that's the end of the round, I think.
Mm-hmm. And we do have to pay 1 resource from Frodo to keep
Frodo, so I get Gildor
around.
Thank you. So Frodo has, let's see, at the end of the round, so that's when you pay, yeah, so he's got 2, because you gave him an extra one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, I've drawn Fast Hitch. I mean, I could give that to Mary if you want.
If you want, or you can have it on one of yours. I feel pretty good right now. I got 4 fast hitches over here already.
I got another one. We're fast hitching out of the Shire. Here you go. You have one, and I'll have the other one. And I'll put it on Folco.
Yeah, we apologize to anybody who thinking of using these decks. It does take more than 1 complete card pool.
It does, yeah, but I think you could modify them and just do fine, I think. I think it'd be okay. I'll draw a card, lower my threat by 1. And then I'll play a Handmaiden and lower your threat by 1.
Thank you.
And I'll do Daron's Runes, draw 2 cards and discard 1. I'm going to discard Friend of Friends because we've already got 2 copies in play, so the third one does nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got Test of Will there, so I will not do anything else.
Sounds good. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give Frodo another resource, just so I make sure I can play my Frodo's Intuition next turn.
I can even play mine if I need it for a hide test. But I didn't because I don't really need those cards right now. Oh, thanks.
Put a Dunedain warning on Fatty, just in case.
Okay. So he gets +1 defense. I can always give that away to somebody else too.
That's true. And actually, why don't I do this? Give you a cloak instead.
Sure. So technically 4.
And that's all I'll do for now.
Okay. So quest. I can quest with my
So do we want a
handmaiden.
mega quest this turn?
Yeah, I think so. I think we should try and push through. What do you think?
I agree.
All right.
But
So
you will have to do the high test when we go to stage 3, but you're certainly set up for it. So
I'll go for 10, I think, considering I need to do that high test.
13 for me.
So that's 23 up against 2. And we have
Looking
loads of boosts.
And we got test will. Here we go. Your card. Oops.
That's all right.
Sorry,
So
Octagon delayed.
Yeah, so because it reshuffled the encounter deck, wasn't it? So mine's the Marish, and yours is the crawling towards him. And it's peril, so I cannot cancel it.
Right. So 8 is the most encounter deck can throw at me, and I have 4 allies, so I need to be able to do 12 to succeed without fail. So there's 4, 5, 6, and I hope
you can get Galadriel or boost if you need it after you see the cards, because you can do it after you reveal them, can't you? Okay.
So I'm at 6, and then we know there's already 4 threat in that eye test from my allies. So here we go. There's 6 and 1, so I need 1 more. I'll just discard a card to Protector of Lorien, and I'll be good.
Okay.
Another Errand Rider goes away.
So you break even. Nice, and it added 3 threat. So we make 18 progress.
1, 2, 3. Actually, 19 because Sam is boosted by 1.
Okay. Oh yeah, so you get the double benefit of making his willpower higher until the end of the phase.
16 shortcut to mushrooms. We found those mushrooms in a hurry.
Yeah, that really was a shortcut. Normally I get stuck there.
All right.
Okay. And then we've got Escape to Buckland. When revealed, add Buckleberry Ferry to the staging area. After several close calls with Black Riders, Frodo can tell they are hunting him. The Hobbit's only hope of escaping their dangerous pursuers is to cross the Brandywine River. If they can just make it to Buckleberry Ferry before they are caught. Yeah, don't flip that card too quickly. I need that flavor text.
Sorry.
So, Buckleberry Ferry, 3 threat, immune to player card effects. While there is at least 1 other location in play, the players cannot travel here. The first player must make a hide 3 test to travel here. And after Buckleberry Ferry leaves players an explored location, the players win the game. So that's where we want to get to at this point. And then we've got 3B on Escape to Buckland. When revealed, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Black Rider, reveals it, cannot be cancelled, and adds it to the staging area, shuffle the encounter deck. And basically I have to do a hide 2 test, don't I?
Right.
Because the text on there is just the same as the other stages. If you fail, they engage you and murder you. But we do get that response. After a player makes a successful hide test, place X progress on a non-unique location in play. X is twice the number of players in the game. Sorry. So we want to do hide tests because it helps us win.
Right. Faster we can hide, the faster we can get rid of locations, and faster we can get to Buckleberry Ferry.
All right. So I'll go for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, exhaust Frodo. I'll just go with everything. I don't think I need any other characters.
Right.
Because you're going to engage that guy and kill him, I guess. So
you're about 20 or so?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but it's a lot.
It's more than 8. It's more than 0.
2 blanks.
All right. And then you get to put 4 progress out.
So...
it has to be the Marish.
Yeah. Marish and travel to Banfurlong. Even though we waste that response still, but better
needed it yet,
better to win than just wait to trigger Banfurlong.
All right, so I'll engage that Black Rider.
Okay.
Ready, Sam. Draw a card. Shadow card. Discard Shadow with Staff of Levithron. Fend. And I have 7 defense, I think. And Mary kills it.
Beautiful.
With Rosie's boost. Or I could raise Sam.
Yeah, lots of ways you can do it. Halfling intuition, plenty of options.
And
Alright.
I'll pay 1 from Frodo to keep Gildor around. I'll take all Gildor things. And I'll play another Frodo's Intuition, because why not? Get to the bottom of my deck.
Yeah, you just want to deck yourself now.
Oh, there's my other Staff of Lebethron. I've been waiting for that so I can take 2 if I need it. Daron's Runes. And I'll throw away my Peace and Thought because I don't need it anymore.
You haven't needed to raise the Shire yet either.
Yeah. Got Rosie when I needed her. There's that. And put up Robin Smallborough.
Okay. He'll help us get
And
across
then-
the ferry.
Yep.
Alright, I'll do Master of the Forge, just see if I can get something to chuck away. Unexpected Courage. Shuffle. I could play the Northern Tracker, but Buckleberry Ferry's immune. I'm going to drop him anyway, just in case we get more locations.
Okay.
And I'll play Hanemarth River Song. It's another willpower. I'll draw a card. Okay, Brandy Buck. Should have put out one last turn. I am done, I think. Don't need to do stuff.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Yeah, I've got 12 too. Is that 24?
Gather info.
Okay, up against 3. Alright, that doesn't do anything because there's no Nazgul. So it just surges.
Right.
Doom 2. So this could be tricky. Each player must either return a Nazgul enemy, engage with them to staging out, or make a hide 2 test. So we kind of want to do those tests, but there's no locations to benefit from.
Right.
But I think we could do them.
Slightly tempted to ask you to cancel it just so we could do the hide 3 if we need to.
Alright. Let's do that.
Alright. I think all the other treasuries we can really handle. So I'm not too afraid. Alright, that's you.
That's me. Yeah, thanks. But you have to make the hide 3, don't you? So
Exactly.
This is fine. Alright, so I'm hiding for 2. I've got 1, 2. You've got Frodo. 3, 4. I can add Galadriel's willpower, so I think it's probably better to do that rather than hide with her. So I'll do 4, yeah. Okay,
Good.
3, so I passed.
We can't trigger the effect because there's no non-uniques in the staging area.
Yep.
But 24 versus
2.
3?
Oh, yeah, 3, sorry.
21 in progress.
So we
And
may as well gather
you're
info. I'm going to gather info for another Brandy Buck just so we can get as many of these out at one time as possible.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay.
Grab
And then
that Brandy book.
we can travel there because there's no other locations.
Yeah, it's amazing. Banfalon goes to the Victor display. Okay, hide 3. I will ready Sam. And he's 4.
Yep.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I know that's enough.
All right,
No, it's not. I went to 12.
I'm going to give you
11.
another 1 with Elrond's Counsel.
Okay.
So
there's
I'll
12.
Lower my threat by 3 and draw a card with my Hobbit Pipe as well. All right. You even got Frodo.
12 to, yeah. 12 to 2.
Yeah, nice.
And now we can put our herd of hobbits out.
Mm-hmm. The Brandy
give it
Buck
to you.
train. Go on then.
Just so they can all
4.
be together.
Clump of them over there. A clump of curious Brandy Bucks. Last time it was a pocketful and a herd.
Yeah, murder of hobbits.
Yeah, what's that? Murder of Crows, isn't it? Those
Right.
collective... is that a collective noun? I'm not sure what the right term for that is. I can't remember. Okay, I'm probably not going to play anything. I think we just quest out and win, don't we, really?
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
I won't do anything.
I'll move a resource from Mary to Pippin just to get out one more hobbit.
All right.
Use a cancellation. And quest 4.
You could get all the hobbits
6.
out. You could play Farmer Maggot and Barleyman if you wanted.
Might as well. I don't have
no,
to
you
have the
can't.
resources for Barlaman,
Oh,
but
okay.
might as well get Maggot.
Pile in.
Yep, 4.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll keep all those guys up because I might need to do a hide test.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to get too complacent here.
Right.
That would be embarrassing. All right, so I think we're 27.
Okay. You got 12, I got 15.
Yeah.
2 cards. Surge.
It's a surge because no Nazgul enemies in play.
I'm going to cancel it. Ha!
Fair enough.
Bounder's making his rounds. And last card.
Hey! Stock Road. So we get 24.
All right.
We escaped them.
We did it.
Good game.
Yeah, the first part
Yeah.
was a little tense. That was fun. And then I started to kill those Black Riders, and it got pretty smooth.
Yeah, once we got all our pieces out, they had no chance. And what's that, 10 turns? 9 completed rounds?
Not bad.
This one can go quite long, this quest. I seem to remember the last time we played, we went 13 or 14.
Yeah,
So-
if you get stuck at the last stage with too many locations, it can just drag.
Yeah, well, if we could have stayed at stage 1 even longer.
If you'd listen to me, right?
Yeah. I figured we may as well go through because we were smashing it. All right, let's see what's on the other side. So we've got Resolution. Choose Gandalf's Delay or the ring draws them and add it to the campaign pool. So this is going to be a burden that stays with us.
Forever.
I think we're going to go with Gandalf's Delay. What would you say?
The ring draws them could just end so many quests. If you're in Moria and all those orcs engage the first player, or even all the way up to the crossroads. I mean, yeah, it can end so many games. And Gandalf's Delay is bad, but at least it affects the beginning of your game, so you don't invest an hour in playing the game and then get crushed by 10 enemies and have to start over. So
Okay.
Gandalf's Delay is my vote.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I don't like it. I just don't,
Me neither.
I love cards, but I agree. And considering that I'm playing a support deck, that's why I cancelled it, because if some bunch of enemies get engaged with me, I'm basically dead.
Right.
We don't have any ranged. Hobbits have no ranged.
That is Hobbit Archers, but not yet.
Yeah. Merry hasn't learned how to throw those daggers yet.
Yeah.
So, okay, and then
Boone?
Yeah, we choose Gildor and Glorion or Mr. Underhill and add it to the campaign pool. The chosen cards have been earned by the players. So my vote is Mr. Underhill, but I'm biased because I've got assigned one of those thanks to you.
I think Mr. Underhill's campaign has no choice but to choose Mr. Underhill.
Well, it's also pretty useful as well. Saved me so many
It is.
times.
Yeah.
So we're going Mr. Underhill and Gandalf's Delay.
Sounds good.
We have to do a mirror campaign where we only take the boons and burners that we didn't take in the optimum run. You do like a suboptimal
Right.
campaign.
See how it treats you.
Yeah. And let's read that flavor text. So we've got the ferry boat moved slowly across the water. The Buckland shore drew nearer. Sam was the only member of the party who had not been over the river before. He had a strange feeling as the slow gurgling stream slipped by. His old life lay behind in the mists. Dark adventure lay in front. He scratched his head and for a moment had a passing wish that Mr. Frodo could have gone on living quietly at Bag End, the Fellowship of the Ring. I feel that way too. I want to go back to Bag End. I'm scared.
Draw those cards again.
Well, time for Nightmare Mode.
Let's do it.
Yeah, all right. So we'll see everybody in the next video of the campaign.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.